What's happening? What's happening? Hey, I don't know if y'all catching all this news, but now we have a second coach who has decided he ain't even gonna give us a second interview. I'm talking about whatever happened in the first interview and getting ready for the second interview. Two candidates have said no. Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator for the Chargers, that is the second person. Mike McDaniels was the first. Jesse Minter is the second. Said, no, forget that. Get them out of here. I don't want that job. Now, my thing is, if that's the case, and nobody want our job, but they hurried up and jumped that opportunity to interview with us, what's happening that nobody wants this job? Now, look, y'all, as I'm typing it up and I'm making my thumbnail, I'm like, hold up. This could be operating two ways. Two ways as in, this the Red Sea part, and we getting away people that's not meant for this job, and it's gonna open for the right person. But at the same time, is the league still on Shadour's head where they just gonna tax Shadour in Cleveland, even though Kevin ain't gonna tax Atlanta with Kevin to mess with Coach Prime? Like, is this a double? Look, we just talking now. We talking and being real about the whole thing. Why is it that we the only ones getting talked about that our job getting counseled on? They keep counseling on us. Why we keep getting counseled on? Golly. So if that's the case, if you felt this wasn't no good candidate, don't bring them in. Now it look like we're gonna get a person by default. And Grant, the one that we called a superstar, that supposedly, based on everything people saying about it, he supposed to be all that in a bag of chips. The Bills want to interview him. So I don't even know if we gonna get him. Because if they really offer him this job, man. So we hoping for a Grant. We hoping for Nate. And then our next two guys up by default. And remember, y'all, they be putting stuff out. And they be thinking we don't be knowing about it. Yo, yesterday, they had said, hey, just know that Jim, the defensive coordinator for Cleveland Browns, just know that he could end up getting the job because we don't want to lose him. And I said, nah. Somebody say, well, the agent's putting that out. But my thing is, I don't think it's the agents putting it out. I think that's Cleveland putting out saying, hey, now, how this happened to come out the same, and they say Jesse Minter canceled last night. So if he canceled last night, that means hey, man, get the word out. Jim might get promoted just so we don't leave him. So, y'all, we finna get a coach by default. We're finna get a coach by default. They don't even want, nobody want the job. Nobody want the job, y'all. Nate might be young enough to want to take a swing at it. And they could tell him, and look, if I'm buried, this is what I'm telling the young coaches. If I am buried, this is what I'm telling the young coaches. Jim and Todd, it kind of don't even matter. They probably gonna ride out with us anyways. But this is what I'm telling the young coaches. I'm gonna tell the young coaches, hey, you seen Kevin? How Kevin got fired by us, did 6 years and got fired, only had 2 good seasons. And then he got fired, but he got another job immediately. That's how good you guys are. That's how good you are. And Grant, look at yours, Grant. If you was to stay here 5 years with us, you're only 35. If it doesn't go good, you can get another job. I'm just telling you. Nate, same thing for you. You're 35. If you finish, you'll be 40. You'll still get a fresh new job. Just make the second one the best one. I'm just saying that just in case. Come on, take a swing at us. Because it look like nobody want our job. Shadour, brother, I feel like it's two ways. It's the league still on us, and they saying, no, we don't want to give y'all no good candidates. Or it's that Red Sea part. It's that Red Sea. So it's getting real, y'all. This is getting real. And listen, a lot of y'all say y'all didn't want Mike McDaniels. Cool. I wasn't even really stressing Jesse Mentor. That he never really even came across my mind. It's really been Nate and Grant the whole time. It's been Nate and Grant the whole time. To me, Jim is my backup guy. Jim is, if we don't get nobody, give it to Jim. Sorry, Jim, you got the job by default. But that's okay. He might be the right man for the job. If it default to Jim, then he was the right man for the job. It was meant for him to get his last go round. Cause he ain't getting a job, not no head man after, not no head man. Like, I don't care how good his defense do. He's not getting a head man job. So this will be his only opportunity. Now I know somebody else interviewed him, but that was just for the toss him a little bone, toss him one. Come on, Jim. Come on, Jim. Come on, boy. Come on. That's all that was. That went for real. Just like how they be doing that Rooney rule sometimes. That be the same thing. So, y'all, it is what it is. I just want at the end of the day, the right coach for the Cleveland Browns that's going to take us to playoffs, take us to championship games, take us to the Super Bowl. I want that. That's what I want for Shedeur. And I want Shedeur to have a coach that, man, when they get together, this team turn around and be balling so hard that everybody be like, dog, I ain't know Cleveland had it in them. I want that. That's all I want. But, y'all, time will tell. Time will tell. Eventually, somebody gonna get the job. Eventually. We interview Nate tomorrow if he doesn't count. Not Nate, Grant. That's the Jaguars OC. Now, he never called plays and nothing, but that don't make or break you. But Grant will interview tomorrow if nothing else changed. And then I think on Monday, he interviewed with the Bills. He interviewed with the Bills. Yeah, hey, KO, I'm wishful thinking. Jim, what's good? KO, what's happening? FD, what's good? AJ, Ty, what's happening? I love CC, what's good? Miss Brantley, that girl Bree. Miss Tracy, what's good? Monet, you say, I thought they already have jobs. McDaniel's going to charge where he is now, but he counseled on us like he was about to interview this week. Said, I'm going somewhere else. But you know they like to throw us up under the bus. MJ, what's good? Just girl, you say, I don't think it's the case that people don't want to come to Cleveland. They just finding better opportunities in better cities. That too. Me and my business partner, I told y'all, me and him, we talked about this, like, would you want to live in Cleveland? I ain't never been, but I know I don't like the cold, so I know I don't want to just stay there long like that. You can give me Miami, Jacksonville, Tampa. I could do that all day. I take New Orleans. I guess I'll take Atlanta. I take the Houston Texans. I could do Vegas, and I could do the LA teams. I guess I'll stay away from the North. Any way to the North, I'm staying away from. But I wish we was selling the job better. I don't know why they ain't selling it better. Big, you say we don't need nobody that don't want to be in Cleveland. You right about that. That's what I'm saying. See you. That's what I'm saying. We don't want that person. If they don't want it, then hey, get them out. But I guess they got an opportunity coming. Just girl, you say, but with people putting out their stories like that, the narrative is about to start just like you did with that McDaniels, and it's not true. Why it ain't true? That was true. He did counsel. He didn't want the head coach. You mean to tell me to have an opportunity as a head coach but go be an OC? That means you don't want to be in Cleveland. That's all the way true. If I take a job and I'm a head man and I say, nah, I got the head coach job, but I don't want it, and I'm going to go OC, oh, yeah, he ain't want to be in Cleveland. That ain't the narrative that's getting pushed. That's the narrative that it is. Two people. They ain't trying to have that. FD, you say Jesse Mentor is going to be hired by the Ravens. Cool, cool, cool. See, they got to feel that stuff, man. Feel like where it's at. And then when you think about it, Mentor is coming from, he with Harbaugh, so, you know, same down the line. Same down that line. Hold on. Let me see where y'all at. Hold up. DLJ, what's good? J Smooth, what's happening? I love CC. Say, baby, it's a mess, ain't it? Monet, you say they are all interviewing everywhere else? Yeah, hey, head coaching job here wide open. Wide open. And we ain't got nobody to take it yet. Almighty, you say Barry should have got those minority interviews out the way. The process a little slow when y'all, when Cleveland knew week 12. Man, listen, they probably knew earlier during the year that they ain't want this man. Why not start setting this stuff? You right. I'd have set that stuff up, boy. We would have got him. Miss Campbell, what's good? Let me see. PC, what's happening? KO, you said Barry need to kick rocks. Hey, just ain't our timing right now. Double S, what's good? You say they said it's a mutual decision. It seems like it always come out like that. It's always, well, I found something better. Well, then what? We must be the bottom job of, I guess wait till the end to get our job filled up. Now, what's going to happen is somebody going to see the bigger picture. They going to see that all they need, the defense there. I could work with Jim. He might be a little mad that he ain't get a job, but I could work with Jim. I can work with that defensive coordinator. They good. Bam. I got players. They got time. They only 30. They 25 to 30. All right, cool. We good. We good age. Offense. Just get an O-line. Everything else gonna be young. Everything on that offense gonna be clearly young. Shador, the 4 running backs, Harold at tight end, new wide receivers, clearly young. Except for depending on how they do the O-line and wide receivers. If you trade some or free agents or you draft, then you have some. Then you will have what you looking for. So if I'm looking at all the teams, yes, I know the big dogs should get taken up first. But I wouldn't say we was the most trash team in the league that we at the bottom. We shouldn't be the last one to feel it. We shouldn't be the last one to feel it because I know the Bills is a great job. Well, player-wise, the Bills that was a playoff team. Steelers, playoff team. Ravens could have been a playoff team. So them are the best 3 jobs on the market. But you got the Dolphins done filled up, Atlanta done filled up, and Tennessee done filled up. Tennessee was sorrier than us. Tennessee was sorrier than us. So what's going on where Tennessee gets scooped up? Ain't nothing they can say. They could say their defense was all right, but their defense wasn't like our defense. Now, I did when Tennessee played us, I did like how their defense was holding down, but we still could have won that game. So, yeah, look here. And then other spots filling up. I see Zach Robinson that took the OC job. I see Harbaugh trying to get his situated. So, look like, I don't know if Todd coming to us or not, but you got Willie Taggart was with John Harbaugh, and he's about to interview to possibly be the offensive coordinator. Now, you know he was a head coach in college, so I know he liked that, but we ain't the bottom of the barrel. You could have put that to Tennessee and the Raiders. Now, I know Barry said he doesn't want to rush to hire, and we got to get somebody that's want Shador. You got to want Shador. And I wonder, is that a thing that's turning people off? Like, behind the scenes, are they saying, hey, look here, we keeping Shador. You could decide if he QB1 or not, but it's Shador. Deshaun Watson, he got to stay. Just ain't nobody gonna really want him, so he'll default. He got to stay, and then you got DG. So DG ain't even really in it. So you could bring another guy in and see if they could beat him out. But this pretty much Shador team. You want to rock with that? That's where we at. They got to be telling that. They might not tell it to us, but I know they have to tell them that because it ain't no way around it. Who the quarterback? I'm not going Deshaun Watson, and he ain't even play last year. I'm not going Deshaun Watson. I'm surely not going to go, man, I ain't going DG. So I ain't going DG, I ain't going Deshaun Watson. It got to be Shador. Unless you tell the candidate you could bring somebody else in. Bring somebody else in, that's your opportunity. That's the only way I can see it. Ms. Rachel, you say DG going to Atlanta? I don't think Kevin coming for him. Almighty, you say it seems like everybody but Cleveland making moves. Barry, you can be detailed but slow and inconsistent. Yeah. So I don't know what they doing. That's two people that done said no. Council said no, took other jobs. Mike McDaniel said, forget being a head coach. I'm going to go be an OC for the Chargers. Ain't like the Chargers was knocking on the door for the Super Bowl. So, yeah. Just, girl, you say to meet the Rooney rule, the minority candidates have to have an in-person. Correct. Rachel, you say most teams do the first interview over phone. Well, virtual. I'm thinking they probably do Zoom. RF, what's good? LW, you say the Browns cannot hire somebody right now. Well, they can't until they do make the rule, hit that rule with the two minorities. But that's on them. That's on them. That's on them. Ernest, you say it's the ownership that's turning coaches off. Somebody got to be messing it up. Because I would think that Shador and all you need is an O-line and wide receivers. And everything else you could cook it up. So I ain't getting it. FD, you said Kevin kept the DC whose son prank called Shador. Yeah, he ain't had no choice. D8, you said who is the first minority? I think. Well, it was going to be Mike McDaniels, but it's not. So it looked like it's going to be Nate. So they got, unless they count Grant Udisky as one of them. LW say, I think the company is to blame Sanders. That's what they're going to put it on. That's what they're going to put it on. They going to make the conversation, and it's going to be so convenient to say, hey, Shador, you the problem. But, hey, Just girl, you say better opportunities in bigger and better cities. That too. That too. Because Miami is a city I want to stay in. Atlanta I want to stay in. I would probably stay in all the cities before Cleveland. I know, hey, we going to try to slide him in there. Since his last name Udisky, we going to try to slide him in there. Tony, you say, bro, this is a great podcast. Excellent job, my brother. Appreciate it. You say maybe they should look in the college ranks like the Indiana coach. I would love that. If we go that route, they going to really dog us, and I take that route. But who is the hottest coach you can go for? Indiana coach say he ain't going nowhere. He said right now he should retire. I know he was playing, but he was like he should retire because he just won a chip at Indiana. I wish he would take the job, but if he was to come, he'll probably take the Bills. Like, hey, give me the Bills. Yep, give me the Bills. He'll probably take the Bills. He probably wouldn't even look our way. Now, unless he wanted to take an underdog job. Golly, yo. And I'm trying to think of another college coach who would be a 5-5 candidate that's like that. Ain't no other coach like him. You might have to go FCS or somebody to find somebody. Ain't nobody really like him. That man one of a kind right there. I don't even know when he get ready to have a coaching tree if he gonna find somebody because I think he one of a kind. Then you say it could be Cleveland media turning all candidates off. Nah, it could, but I I think you could look past that. Like you could straighten them out. Cause I seen old girl today say, "Give me my credit, give me my credit." I said it first. I said it. I was like, "See, you shouldn't have to beg like that. They should trust you enough that you saying it." But you coming out of Cleveland. We know you said it. We know it's right. Tree, you say the media is already saying that Shador shouldn't be at Fashion Week. That's what they saying. That man can be wherever he choose. They just own us like that. FD, well, I know it's gonna turn out good, but just right now it look cloudy. Yeah, it's cloudy. Mason, you say the whole system is sabotaged. It is. It's like you just can't understand what they really doing. Like, is it? Well, put it like this: when they say they counseling and they going other places, they only doing that to Cleveland. They're not doing it to any other teams. Like when they said McDaniels counseling on us, McDaniels counseling on a lot of people, but they gonna put it as just us. So that's how they doing Cleveland. I guess that's just how they doing us. They gonna dog us any kind of way. Real, you say the coach with Notre Dame? Yeah, hey, well, we tried to get him. We was trying to get, and let's talk about that. We can talk about that right now. So Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, he was a candidate that they went after. They did go after him. I didn't know that they would go after him. I would think Indiana, but maybe they said Indiana offense maybe not wouldn't work in the NFL. But they said Marcus Freeman, the way he run his offense and the way he's run his defense, that was good for the pros. And they said they was still gonna try to offer him the job. But Marcus Freeman, you know, I know he say he Asian. You know, he's Asian. He ain't claiming the brother side. So he's Asian. Okay, cool. Since him being Asian, he probably get recycled faster. But they ain't gonna see it like that. They gonna say, boy, your brother. So maybe he decided he don't want to take that chance. Now, if the Bills was to come for him, I don't know if the Bills would come for him. The Bills look like they sticking straight to the NFL. But I do like the fact that we were the only ones to interview Grant, and now the Bills want to. Nobody else asked for him. Now, I don't know if they trying to throw a wrench in our stuff, and they like, hey, we'll bring him over here, see what he about. Everybody hyping him up. Grant, come on, sit down, boy. Let's get this virtual interview on. And let's check him out. Let's evaluate him. Now, he probably going to do the full 3 hours with the Bills, do the full 3 hours. They going to come out and say something about him, and then we'll go from there. But I don't think the Bills going to take him. And it ain't like he got to be in a rush unless Barry is behind the scenes saying, hey, we want you as like tomorrow, if he doesn't counsel and he interview with us, and we tell him that's his job, behind the scenes, that's his job. Are we waiting on Nate and we tell him that's his job? I don't know if Nate got another interview as a head coach somewhere. I don't know, but the college thing with Marcus Freeman was an opportunity, but Marcus Freeman ain't coming. We gotta wait on Grant. We gotta wait on Nate. I don't think Joe Brady looked our way. I don't think Clint looked our way. The Cleveland Browns, nah. Cleveland Browns, nah. And I get it. It's gonna take a special coach, a special OC, special running back coach, special offensive line coach to say, I want to lock in with Cleveland. I want to lock in with the Cleveland Browns, and I want to bring them. Somebody going to want to bring us to the top. I wish Nate could have got interviewed. I wish Nate could have interviewed Monday. Well, I wish they ain't had that rule. Just let the man interview. Let this man interview. But I get it. You want to focus on the game. See, I don't like they rules. They rules are backwards. You know what? Nobody shouldn't be able to hire anybody until the Super Bowl is over. So if you need to push the Super Bowl up and it ends in January, end it in January. Make it end in 1 year. Make everything start from the summer to December and it's over. Or a couple weeks into January and it's over. So now we could get on with the head coaching hires, the offensive coordinator, this position, that position. See, the way they doing it now, this how you get stuck in situations. You got Atlanta hired fast, then the coach got let go. John Harbaugh took a job. I'm pretty sure John Harbaugh will say, boy, I don't want this job. I'll take another job. And you know what's puzzling me too? It's coaches that are getting interviews that was clearly trash. Just like Kevin. Kevin was clearly trash at his job and he got a job. They got the Giants coach that got fired. He's interviewing for the Bills job. Now, I believe he was offensive coordinator for the Bills, so I get it. But I'm like, bro, you just saw this man stank it up right there in New York with you. It's right there in New York with you, and they stanked it up. And you still want to get this man an opportunity? That's puzzling to me. LW say, why would you think that about Udisky? Everybody else counseling. I ain't saying that he will. I'm just saying if he don't counsel. If he don't counsel today, we'll have him tomorrow. Roy, you say they going to blame 12 for it when it's the front office fault, not allowing the coaches to pick what they want. I think that messed it up too. Like, man, if the defense think they that good, they could do it with another coach. But it's almost like they're forcing our hand and Jim gonna be the head coach. Fresh out. Selmo, you say McDaniels went where he wanted to be, L.A. He did. He did. He said, hey, my boy said, nah. I like Miami. I like L.A. I don't want to be in that cold. I get it. Almighty, you say that's the good old boy system you talking about, Simo? They get on players to no end, but these coaches recycle like, yeah, listen. They recycle them jokes. I'm talking about how Brian get an interview and he was trash. He should get no interviews with head level. Roy, you say they just gonna hire Jim and that's gonna be easy to get Schwartz? Yeah. He is. Now he got, so listen, if we get him, okay, cool. But supposedly the top coaches don't call plays. So is he gonna call the defense or he gonna get a defensive coordinator? See, that's where we at. YBY, you say Shador needs to get up out of Cleveland. Wherever Shador go, we'll have to have a coach in place that is not getting fired. 512, yeah, I know it. Ed, I doubt he go back to see you. This girl, you say McDaniel's wife from Cali, they mentioned that when he announced the job. My boy say, man, I'm staying in the good cities. Kathy, you say you tired of the process? Long as it end up good for the Cleveland Browns and we win, I take 8 games. But if we can get 9 games or better, I know we got some. Sure, you said the NFL behaved towards Shador. Yeah, with the results. Yeah, they took it out on Shador. They took it out on him. I hope they ain't following that up like, hey, y'all ain't got to come here. Go somewhere else. Don't go here. But when you the owner of a team, you still win regardless of what happened. You win regardless. Yeah, you're going to win regardless. You're going to win regardless. Boy. Just girl, you said Joe Brady in line for Buffalo? Yeah. But I always hear that them in line, them higher withins don't never turn out right. I don't know why, but they just said don't. FD, you said Nate is a good choice. We don't need Brady. Yeah. Well, they say Nate is a good choice. But somebody was talking about Joe Brady like he was trash, so who knows? He say, hey, Double K said he got to win a Super Bowl. Roy, you say the fact that Tommy went with Kevin says a lot. Yeah, say that Atlanta just finna trash this thing out. Atlanta has a real opportunity to be trash, but they also got an opportunity to be real good because the squad that he dealing with, back-to-back seasons, won 8 games. So they was, 2 games shy from being 500 in both seasons? Well, 1 game shy in each season. So he got an opportunity to be good. Tony, hey, he lost a lot of transfers too. Just girl, you say, remember Barry said they were the only ones who interviewed Kevin when he got. Woo! Craziness. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that. Now he gave them 2 good seasons. After that, hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Yeah, just girl, cause I forgot about that. They did say that. Like, God, dog, like, that's where we at. Them the candidates we hire. JB, you say, what's the difference between Jimmy saying about drafting Shador and what the Bills owner said? Nothing. They just trying to toss it to somebody else if it go bad. Sure, you say he trolling with the Oregon. Yeah, CF, what's good? Kathy, you said Atlanta has a few good players. Don't count them. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say he could win though. He could win though. He very well could win though. But see, relationships matter, y'all. Relationships do matter. That's why Tommy Reese is in Atlanta. That's why the offensive line coach, Bill Callahan, was with Kevin, and now he's in Atlanta. That's why the special teams coach, Bubba, that's why when everybody tried to talk about Bubba, Kevin was like, it's all us. It ain't him, it's me. I take the fold. I think Kevin told everybody, hey, look, they're probably gonna fire me, but that's okay. I got everybody on the outside talking about how good I am as a coach, because you know I'm 2-time coach of the year. We gotta go to the next destination. We gotta get a good destination where we can win. And if we're winning in Cleveland losing, we gonna look good. So I bring all y'all with me. Jim, I wanna bring you too. But you know, they word behind the scene, you the next guy up. So if you don't like it, I'll get you next year. Because my defense coordinator, yeah, just depends on where I go. But hey, y'all ready? So they already had that plan out. Hey man, we going together. We going together. You ain't gotta worry about that. We riding out together. All right, cool. So if y'all riding out together then, John Harbaugh doing the same thing. John Harbaugh saying, hey Todd, if you don't get no job, slide with me. Willie Taggart, you coached at Florida State. You coached at Western Kentucky. You coached at South Florida. You coached at Oregon. Hey, I bring you with me. I brought you to the Ravens. I bring you to New York, baby. Come on, slide. Slide with me. So, now, only difference is they might give Willie Taggart the offensive coordinator job if Todd goes somewhere else. Now, can Willie Taggart call the offense? Yes and no. Yes, because if he had the right players, he'll take off like a rocket. No, if he can't quite find the right quarterback rhythm, he couldn't get it done. At South Florida, he was almost about to get fired. He went with his gut feeling at practice one day. Them boys was out there balling. Like, coach, let us play backyard ball, man. Let us run this offense the way we know how to run it. And they went and taking off like a rocket. So if Jim Harbaugh put him, well, but then he know the Harbaugh way too. So, because he been with them for years. Like, Harbaugh daddy recruited Willie Taggart from Bradenton, Florida, from Manatee High School. So he's been in the family. Like, he was going to have a job either way. He would get a job with Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh. He will get a job, period. That's the relationships. He just happened to be a brother. Other than that, that's how it go. Hey, man, I rock with you, come on. I rock with you, come on. That's kind of why they do the Rooney Rule. But at the same token, If they don't let enough minorities in, you never really gonna have the opportunity to get it. Because that's just how they roll it. Almighty, you say Kevin knew. That's why it was, yeah, frustrated when they talk about it behind the scenes. Yeah. Once Kevin tried it out, yeah, hey, Kevin say, I'm gonna do it my way. Y'all gonna fire me anyways, I do it my way. Yeah, I step down as the OC. DG, get out there. But that boy wasn't finna let Shador. Well, I still felt he was gonna let Shador sometime in November. And I always targeted that Las Vegas game, but as it was getting closer, it didn't look like it was happening. Y'all know still to this day, I don't remember DG getting hit. I don't. None of them plays look like he got hit. AW say Dylan next to Atlanta. I would want to see that happen just to see how funny it is, but that ain't happening. Well, I don't think it will. LW say the perception of power because they wanted to protect. Yes, they protected Kevin's image. Kevin got a job like that. What, Kevin got that job, what, end of last week or this week? Ain't take too long. Ain't take too long. Tony, you say it's the Green Bay and Dallas job Dallas looking for? I think Dallas looking for a DC. And I think Green Bay keeping their coach. D. Walker, you say there's still 6 teams need a head coach. It is. I'm wondering, will we go after Grant interview tomorrow and Nate interview next week, and we finally get a minority, one this week or another one next week, then we'll see what's up. But we actually might have to wait till they pick their jobs. Now, this is the scenario I don't want to happen. I don't want Grant to pick somewhere else, Nate to pick somewhere else, or go back to where he was at and Grant go back to where he was at or whatever. And then we then go pick, and then Todd go back to the Giants, and then we pick Jim. I don't want to do that. I'd rather beat them to the punch. Like, if Jim is your guy, pick Jim. I don't want you coming out after the fact saying, Jim was always our guy. Nah, I ain't trying to hear that. Tiff, you say Dallas hired the Eagles defensive back coach? Who? I want to know who that is. I wish Al Harris would get a defensive coordinator job. I really want Al Harris to get a defensive coordinator job. LW say you want either Nate or Grant. I do too, based on how they talk, but you know. Just girl, you say you wouldn't mind Jim. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. If it come down to it, I wouldn't mind either. Almighty, you say ain't no protecting Kevin in the black Atlanta fan base. Well, Atlanta still got other fans that come to the game too, but that's probably our major city. That's probably the most major city of where we were not the minority. But Kevin might do good though, y'all. Kevin might do good though. That boy might shake something. You say Christian Parker? It's on. But in due time, we'll get our person. Rachel, you say this will play out after the Super Bowl. If Nate gets scratched to the Super Bowl, God, dog, I don't want to wait that long. Unless we hiring Nate. That's the only way I want to wait that long. If we're hiring Nate and Nate. But you know what? I think Nate played in Cleveland. That might be why we could pull off for Nate. I think Nate played in Cleveland. LW say you good with Jim too? Tiff, you say Atlanta has the talent. They do. And that's why Kevin could actually make something happen. But you got to be 17, 18 games is a lot of games. That's a lot of games. Sure, you say the Rams young coach is the best for Cleveland first, and then Shador second in that order. If Nate our guy, I'm ready. If Grant our guy, I'm ready. But you know, honestly, I felt like Mike McDaniels wouldn't come our way. I did kind of feel that. I felt Jesse wouldn't come our way because they were putting it out. See, we Maybe that was helping us. I don't know. But we was putting it out. Hey. We're looking for offense, defense we got. See, I think when they did that, they was already saying, hey, Jim, worst case scenario, bro, you got it. We gonna give you a fair chance, Jim, but we gotta see what the offensive guys about. You done had an opportunity. We gotta try to see if some of these young guys like that. And Jim like, all right, I'll wait my turn. Rachel, you say he's gonna be successful in Atlanta and he will need to be a better communicator if he wanna be successful. He got a squad. He got a squad for sure. He got a squad. You say Raheem built. It will be. It will be. But now I don't know if he gonna pull them to no Super Bowl. I don't know if he'll pull them to a Super Bowl. You got to be a certified baller to get to that Super Bowl. Now, again, y'all gotta look at it too. When you see Mike had coached the Tennessee Titans, left there and became a Super Bowl, about to be like a game away from the Super Bowl with the Patriots, it make it look like, well, you could do that. That's how you could look at Kevin. Okay, Kevin couldn't get it done there, but Atlanta, he might be able to shake some. Maybe that's how they looking at Brian. Brian, you couldn't get it done there in New York, but we could put you back with the Bills where you was an OC and you could shake some. You just never know. You just never know. Tiff, you say Cleveland probably bound to get that very young OC. I'm cool with it. Because we done seen them young guys come through balling. I'm 100% cool with it. I could ride that out. I could ride that out. I just want Shador to have many touchdowns and no, by 10 interceptions and down, or less. DP, I appreciate it. You say they might be going for Jim for the head coach and Nate for the OC, considering it's an upgrade from Pat. That could work too. But will Nate want to do that? Because you leaving LA, you leaving a guaranteed, most likely playoff team. That's a tough cookie to swing. G-Mac, you said the Red Sea is still... It got to be, because everybody, when they try to talk about us, they try to talk like we ain't got nothing. Man, we got a full certified defense. On offense, we certified at the QB running back spot. We just need the O-line and wide receivers. So stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. We like that. Just girl, you said, I thought about this too. Nate is in line for OC. That's why they gave him that passing. Yes, he is. And they don't want to lose him. But would he want to come just for the OC? Or do we feel he ready for a head coaching job? If you at 35 and you played in the league and you going for a head coaching job, you feel you ready. You definitely feel you ready. You surely feel that. Rodney, you say the Patriots had the easiest schedule this past season. It paid off. Hey, that thing paid off now. So I guess at the end of the day, y'all, if all the dust settled and it was Jim, I guess I'd be cool with that too. Tiff, you say if Jim gets the head coach, they will need a new DC. If he don't continue calling it. He might call it. I don't know how good he'll be at calling it and running the team, but he might call it. He very well might call it. All I know is somebody gonna take a real opportunity on Shador, and we gonna sit back and say, yeah. We got some. When they take that real opportunity on him, I hope it's somebody that really, 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 really want the job. Tiff, you say regardless they need a DC to fill the position though? Well, yeah. 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 And you say, does Jimmy Horn have a roster seat next to? Yes. Yeah. They like Jimmy Horn. That's why he was in the game at crunch time. They like Jimmy. JP, what's good? Almighty, you said D'Amico Ryans became a young head coach, and he's definitely better than Kevin. Yeah. He holding it down in Houston. He definitely holding it down in Houston. But look, y'all, just wanted to holler at y'all. I plan on coming back on today. On this channel, college football with Cola Moore and Texas football with Cola Moore. And of course, you know this life of football. But hey, blessings to y'all. Holla at y'all.